Labas, здравствуйте, Oля, bonjour. My name is Jurgita, and it's so nice that you came to see me today. It's been about a month since I talked to you guys, so it's been a while. Yes, it's life, you know, what can I say? So today I'm gonna show you about my whips up close and finished projects. And after that, I'll just give you update on my life, what's been going on around me for the past month, and maybe my upcoming plans for cross stitching. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so my very first thing that I worked on was continuation from previous month, was September by Joyful World. And as you see, it's finished. It's been I finished around the 8th of September, and if you can, I'll try zoom in. I just folded up right now. I still haven't figured out how to do it, how to finalize it. But I did some of the changes here in the thread style, color, or I did not use Gentle Art sampler in some of the places, and some I used the Weeks Dye Works, like for example, oh, I can't remember right now. Anyway, so that's my finished project, and you can see like birds here. It was kind of strange to do the backstage because a lot of these Joyful World months are just plain cross stitch, but you can see a little bit in here was a little bit backstage also done, and yeah, so even more up close. You can tell where I haven't washed it yet. Oh, something stuck in here. Oh, that's a thread. That's what you get when you work with like a linen fabric. You get little bumps. So yeah, and I think it was 36 count fabric by Picture This Plus. I forgot to write it down for you. So another thing that I had, as I mentioned before, just one color I believe left, and it took me a while to get it, was this Dead End Zone, and I haven't figured out exactly how I want to finish it, either like a flat fold or a little mini pillow to hang it somewhere, but it's ready for Halloween, so I think I needed just this light purple color. So it's all finished, and as you can see, it has those little beads right here, and the black is supposed to be sparkly. There's some beads here. Yep, you see some. So yeah, my ghosty baby is done. Isn't he handsome? Shiny. Probably you won't see it shininess. Anyway, he's finished with the buddies and a couple more buddies here. He's finished. It took me like half an hour, you know, I think to get all those threads done. That was it, you know. I waited so long. And then when I was taking a trip to Kansas, yeah, you could have said, when we came home, we kind of laughed and said, we're not Kansas anymore, because it was a rainy day. I worked a little bit in the car on my linen and threads sampler, which is free. So I think this is March. I don't have a pattern with me next, but I'm pretty much just took this original colored thread here, multicolored thread here, and then I kind of picked some shades out of this part, and then using, as you can see, there's only one color here and one color here, which I believe it's similar to this, slightly different. And I'm just going this. So I think I'm just gonna take those 3-4 colors plus mix and just continue going down. But yeah, I haven't done a lot. As you can see in this one color, that was all I've done on the trip. But it's just something to do, especially since it's such a small count fabric. You know, it's not easy to do it on a one, over the one thread, 1/1. And if you can't remember, I'm just mainly concentrating on 4211 as my multicolored thread from here. So I just go and look, okay, so what the other shade I can use, you know, is that, okay, focus baby, focus here. So if it's purple or like this brighter color, you know, so there's a lot of different shadings you can use for variation. So since I worked a little bit on that, then when I came home, since this is probably gonna be my like a travel doctor appointment kind of thing, since it requires mostly one color, then I picked up, let me put this away, I picked up this one that I bought by author Sichkar, Svetlana Sichkar, Birds on Branches. And I'll show you what I've done last time you saw it. So it was a little bit, I started during Stitch Mania. And let me fold her up. Oh, I'll just show it like this. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Wow, look at that. I did a whole bird, you know, and some branches here. I was watching some like documentaries and stuff about some Lithuanian like medieval stuff. So I remember what I was watching when I'm stitching. So this now associates with those YouTube little videos. And I did all the back stitching at the same time as I was stitching, because I really didn't want to leave towards the end. I figured out it might be a little bit too much, but you can tell how much back stitching can do for you. Like you see, it's not finished yet, little bud. See this, what looks in verses like this. You can kind of start seeing. And in the bird, I did eye, which was just a white French knot. And there were, I think, 4 different color back stitching. So you can see light blue, black, white, and there was something else. The legs were done with, I believe, 3 threads. Otherwise it's in 2, and some were done like a half stitch. So it's sort of like what the Dimensions love to do, you know, different amount of threads and stuff. So what I have left, as you can see, is let's see. You see what I've done here? When I started, I just tied a little knot in the left top corner, so I always knew which way to turn. So I can now already take it off. But for comparison, I just have, of course, to do this birdie whole thing, finish up in here, which is not a lot left to do. And we'll be doing back stitching. And so I'm hoping one more time and I'll be done with this one. It's fun to stitch, and colors, there's a lot of blends in here too. But I think it gives more dimensional kind of thing. So worked on that, and that's not all. So after that, I grabbed my another piece that I had from a Russian magazine. Let's put this away. And it was gonna be this picture. That reminds me of Pride and Prejudice. Dvoryanskaya Sobranie. It's like manor gathering, I call. And of course, when I printed, I made a copy of this, and my printer didn't show all the true colors. So I'll show you what I had the last time, which was not a lot. and I worked on this quite few hours. I would say about 17 hours. And oh, you can't even fit all. Let's see if I can zoom out. Okay, so let's see if I can fit you a whole thing in. So this is what I got. You can start to recognize there's about, let's see, I didn't stitch that part, but like it goes like here, a little bit of his breeches, and you can see a little bit of his leg right here cut off. So, and I've did from a top to the bottom, so that's how wide it's gonna be. And it keeps looking to me like a little you know, like a skull with the arms and stuff, but it's a candle, I'm sure, and a mantle. But yeah, when you look at it, it's like I can't unsee once I've seen it, right? Doesn't it look like, you know, like there was like little eyes in here and some hole for a mouth, and he's just standing there with arms like during break. Oops. Sorry for that noise, loud noise for a phone. If I can cut out, I will. And my camera holder is just wobbling. I hope I don't make anybody sees it. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, this guy is just, that was lawn care company trying to get some full extra stuff done. So, yeah, so I'm very happy the way it turned out. It's gonna have some of the backstitch already here done. I don't think I've done it. I don't remember, but it's like going along to kind of put more of the edges, I guess, on the outfit. So I would imagine, you know, all the girls gonna have like that. But right now I'm just done this little, and all of those people, colorful people, is gonna be here. I think this is gonna be the most boring part to stitch, that greenery in the back, you know. So yeah, I'm very excited. It's fun thing to stitch, and I loved it doing it. And yeah, so but wait, there's more. There's one more thing I've been stitching this past month, and it's another Joyful Worlds month. And I'm still stitching right now. I'm hoping to finish soon. Again, it's October. So it's not a lot left. As you can see, I think another like a good full day and it will be done. I can show you actually what it's gonna look like. So as you can see, there's gonna be some back stitching done here and antlers, and I'm not using a lot of the gas colors in here. So you can compare now, and it's kind of hiding in there. So, and you know, on the back, I haven't trimmed all those little things. After the washing, I just first want to make sure that, well, actually I can't wash it, darn. Anyway, I'll iron it and I'll trim to the very edges so it wouldn't stick out, because if you can see through, you can kind of see that those little things. So this will be trimmed and it will look much better. But yeah, I mixed some colors that by eye that I liked, and some that was suggested, like DMC or others. And the border actually mixed 2 DMC, so one of each. You can't see much, but when you start looking up close, you can kind of do. So this is what I'm actually working in October. So because it's October already, right? So that's gonna be it with my whips and finished projects and a month off. Which month it was? September. So I'll see you soon with my live update and upcoming some plans. And so until then. So I thought I did pretty well in the past month with all the projects. You know, I had 2 brand new starts, and So I'm going according to my self-imposed plan with the 40 new starts in a whole year, brand new starts, and 4 of them is going to be heaven and earth designs. So let's see. If you wanna hear what's been going on with my life, if you remember from last time, I had one uncle passed away suddenly in the previous month, and when it was his 4-week like a death anniversary, that family gathers back together to have a mass in a church. That's when that second uncle actually passed away. So, and I was not able to come to either one of the funerals. So since the mass for first uncle was already scheduled, so family is already there. My mom said they had my second uncle mass in one church. It's like a German church, and right next door was the mass for my first uncle. So they went from one place to another, and then into the cemetery. And apparently during that my second uncle's funeral mass, another uncle of my mom's brother, another one, started to feel bad. He went home with his wife, and she had to call an ambulance for him. So he was taken to the hospital, and luckily they stabilized him enough that it was not another shock, and to my family again. So we'll see how he's doing. Apparently his heart is also not working well. It's like somebody put a curse on all the brothers on my mom's side. So it's kind of scary, and another month is coming up now, and everybody is like on a pins and needles, just praying that nothing else wrong is gonna happen. And this morning I also found out, you probably already heard in US about Las Vegas madman shooting. It's massacre. It's super scary when you have a big crowd of people and somebody just gunning anybody that he can see and can't even see. He just went, and so far I know it's 50 people being killed out of no reason. He's not a terrorist as far as police can figure out. And such a news right before, I'm flying out in less than a week in Las Vegas in a same strip mall, luckily not the same like hotel, but still it's scary that, this kind of event happened. So I'm hoping with extra security in the buildings and outside that it's not gonna happen. You have to be more than crazy to attempt something like this with more police running around. But so say a little prayer for all those victims and families of theirs, because I'm sure a lot of them were not locals. They came to the concert. So yeah, it's crazy world, right? Crazy people. So we need to give joy to each other and good thoughts as much as possible. Pay attention to those who have nobody to talk to. Just say hi. So let's try to get a little bit nicer talk than that's kind of scary things. So my town had a little Oktoberfest, and my son with his German club went and decorated downtown. They had part of the main street closed with little tents and things, and sadly I was not able to go see all his work because my chorus and I went to Kansas City, Kansas. No, I think it was still Missouri State because there's Kansas City in Missouri part and Kansas City in Kansas. So I think we stayed on Missouri side. I don't remember, I wasn't driving. So anyway, we went to the event called Tribute to the Top. All quartets and choruses that going in international this week in Las Vegas. So others came to wish us all good luck in international competition, and we had some musical classes about different things provided there, and we had some raffle tables, those quartets and choruses who wanted to do that, and our chorus decided to do that this year. And one funny story was when me and another lady, when we were trying to pack what was left and like a tablecloth and stuff back into her car, it seems like the rain was planning to come by, so she went in the parking lot to get the car while me and one of the hotel guys were waiting with the cart. And he's looking at his phone and saying, and outside and saying, she's probably gonna be pummeled with the rain. So when we packed her car so she can go to the parking lot, put away, he's thinking, well, I'm gonna just follow her and pick her up and to bring her back so she wouldn't go through the rain. Right, nice gesture. He had this minibus, for people, to go. So she didn't know about it. So I'm standing there in the cover and rain started to come down slowly. And I see her turn around the corner. Then he goes around the corner, right? Apparently she couldn't find a parking space there somewhere. So I see her car driving by the main entrance, going another side in the parking lot. I see his car follow. She turns the corner, another lane, and he's following. I mean, it was like running around Rosie, She didn't know he was following her, and it was hilarious to watch it, And so she was pleasantly surprised when she finally found the parking spot for her car, and he was waiting there, so we laughed about it. So it was very nice of that guy to do such thing, but it was funny for me to watch them chase, so that was fun. And interesting thing, at the same hotel at the same time, there was a gathering of soldiers from one of USS aircraft carriers. I didn't know anything, about their history, but some of the men were nice, and so we saw a lot of them in the elevators and with their uniforms, and later in their official, ball gown women and their husbands, in the nice suits. So we've been bumping in the elevator and almost tricked one guy into singing by his door in the hotel room because he said, I didn't hear anybody singing around. So we offered, but I guess he said, that's okay, kind of thing. So that was interesting, to hear little stories about what they've done during that time in their career. Let's see, what else? So it's warm right now, supposed to be like mid-80s. And last week we finally pulled the trigger and ordered some window replacements and one door replacement in the backyard. So we have like 31 windows and they're all non-standard size. So the specialist came and measured each window in all kinds of different directions, make sure it's very well calculated and specific to that hole that's going to be window. And so yeah, it's supposed to take them like a whole week, with probably a couple of teams to change all the windows, but we're gonna have to wait, for probably a couple months to get all those windows. And so at least before the winter time we'll have something, because current ones, they're simple, very like cheap windows that previous owners had installed, and they were leaking wind and rain if the wind blows, and it was kind of cold in the main floor, and upstairs is warm. It was not fun. So hoping this winter we're gonna be living happily, with the nice, good sealed windows. And it costs pretty penny. Luckily we sold the last old house, so we are able to do that because it's really, really needed badly. So yeah, and we had to fix some struts and stuff for my van. And turns out there's more problems now with it, so I'm hoping the husband can finally figure out and we can go test drive some of the cars that we need to replace his car, which is much older than my van. So yeah, we need to do that. Then I had my Lithuanian organization local board meeting and general meeting that we do once a year. And around that time, another long time member and even president of our Lithuanian group passed away. So there was, luckily, I was able to go to his funeral and wake. So it's been a sad, bad month of September. So let's see what else. We had our church had directory of photography book being put together, so we went and did our family picture, and of course, the Life Touch, they're just being so nice and doing such a great job that we ordered some pictures for us to hang in here and to give our family members. So I'm eager to see those come in. And yesterday, well, technically it was already 1st of September. I'm sorry, October. It's a fall. It's a fall. I took my family and actually one of my elder son's friends. We drove to Renaissance Fair, which is about an hour, 10 minutes away from us, because I worked with my chorus members at least one of the days there, and the organizers were nice enough to give complimentary tickets for all us workers. So I took the family. My husband's never been there, and if you remember from last year, I told you that my eldest son really didn't want to go last year until he got there, and what he saw, he really liked it, and he was eager to go this year. So I'm glad that they all enjoyed, and we had the usual, things, and we watched some shows. So I might put a little video together maybe for next time. Some parts of Renaissance Fair. So if you've never been to one, I highly suggest. It's lots of fun. You need to remember, put comfortable shoes because you'll be walking a lot. And luckily it was not hot. It was, it was in the shade in the forest literally. So yeah, it's fun, and you see all kinds of cool things and amazing costumes, or like, what were they thinking, trying to wear it that is like 3 sizes too small kind of outfit, but it was wide array of people with different styles and tastes. So it's fun, so go see it if you can. So I think that's it. Now for my back to the stitchy stuff. My plans are, I'm hoping in October to start at least another 2 brand new starts, and haven't decided what it's gonna be. And I'll continue to work on some of my whips. Probably at least one will be Heaven and Earth designs that I've started already. And if you remember what new stuff I had, and if you're interested in seeing the progress of it, let me know. I might grab that piece then, because I want to stitch all of them at the same time, and it's impossible to do it. And I'll put the short video also for you about a great offer from store in I believe Ukraine. So I'll tell you about it more next time. So I hope you had a fun time and did some stitching, or just enjoyed a sip of tea, coffee, or water, or anything while listening to me talking with you. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Enjoy your fall weather if you're in this hemisphere. And I'll talk to you later. Ate.